Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Friday afternoon. It is time to review the CBSI Hot 10 list. This list comes out every Friday afternoon, comicbookinvest.com. It's a nice little website. They have a lot of nice articles, and I think they've got probably the best Hot 10 list or top 10 list every week that comes out. It reviews trends and books that are on the move. Gives you a good idea of what's sort of in play at the moment. So this is a pretty good list this week. I think you're going to enjoy it. So let's jump on into it. We'll start off with number 10 on the list. And let me zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Well, let's do the honorable mentions first, I guess. Mystery Men Comics number 9. Looks like a 2.0 with the detached page, first 4 pages detached, sold for $2,100 this week. It is higher than any other graded sale for this book ever, other than a 9.0 mile high copy that sold for $13,000 3 years ago. Rex Dexter spoke with his gun. Hilarious commentary. So I don't know much about this book. It's obviously an older book. Lou Fine is the artist on it. Yeah, I guess I'd have to zoom in to see what is going on here. Okay, he's shooting a gun. Yeah, it's definitely it's an old one, 10 center. Not sure what year, but that's probably 1940s. Definitely golden age. And yeah, the golden age books, they're getting up there in price. They continue to rise. It's not anything I would be interested in, but a lot of collectors that have everything, that they start to buy these obscure older books that are very, very rare. So Mile High 9.0, man, I wonder what that thing will be worth now. if a 2.0 sold for $2,100, unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, who knows? That's strange about some of these older books is they rarely come up for sale. So what's the value? It's very hard to say. Whatever the market will bear, I guess, right? Next honorable mention is Immortal Hulk number 43. I mentioned this on one of my last live streams. There's obviously some controversy with this book. Al Ewing is the writer. Joe Bennett is the artist, and looks like one of the panels, he drew some anti-Semitic references. Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that I don't know why he drew it. It's just you're getting yourself in trouble. Even if you meant no harm by it, there was no reason for him to draw that. So I don't know what kind of heat he's taking. This series ends at issue 50. All those issues have been planned and plotted and probably already drawn. So I don't think Marvel will cancel it early. I'm pretty sure they're going to let it run itself out until issue 50. But it probably calls into question maybe, who's going to take the fall for this. Is it going to be Joe Bennett? Is it going to be Al Ewing? Is it going to be the editor who should have caught that? I don't know. There's the editing these days in publishing is pretty poor. I catch mistakes all the time when I'm reading comic books, or if I'm reading, I rarely read a newspaper anymore. But yeah, there's errors all the time. And that's something that should have been caught for sure. But looks like they're not recalling it. There's just going to be a second print that comes out without that panel. So I don't know. Copies are drying up fast on that first print. I pre-ordered one. I have no idea. I don't know if I'll get that. I pre-ordered it through discount buyers DCBS service, so I don't know. We'll see which one I get. It's either going to be the second. I have a feeling it'll be the second print. They probably won't give me a first print copy. We'll see, though. I don't know. It'll be interesting. So there could be some value on that book based on the controversy, at least at the moment. Number 10 on the list is Maniac of New York, number 1. The Jonathan Luna 1 in 115. No, I'm sorry, 1 in 15 variant. I did grab this from Midtown. I think I paid like $18 for it. It wasn't a great deal. It's going for about $25 at the moment, so it's gone up a little bit since I bought it. It basically looks like Jason. I don't know. It's another serial killer, psychopath. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. Aftershock comics, sometimes the variants do well. This book could go higher. We'll see. I'm at the moment. I'm glad. I guess I'm glad I grabbed one. I just had a feeling this Aftershock incentive variants sometimes do well, so I had a feeling this one might do well. Number 9, encoded number 1, the Joel Humberto Herrera variant. I mentioned this in one of my videos earlier in the week. I posted it on Instagram a couple times, I think at least 3 times. So if you've been following me on Instagram, or if you are a regular subscriber to my channel, this shouldn't be a surprise to you. But it was nice that Ben from CBSI gave me some credit for this. So he says, thanks for the heads up from Justice for Comics, who stated this one was listed, then pulled, then listed again for a higher price, and then sold out at Midtown. On the secondary market, it's hitting around $25. Is this one of those covers that people will just want to get for their PC? I think it is. I mean, it's a really nice cover. It's my favorite cover so far of 2021. I mean, I don't know how you don't like this cover. And if you go on eBay right now, there's an auction. Looks like most of these are from Canada. Several of them are. There's an auction that ends in 6 days. It's up to $7.78 with $12.46 shipping cost. So that one's probably going to go higher. There is a buy it now for $25 plus $5 shipping. I have a feeling that's going to be gone soon. So you can buy that cover for $30. There is a set for $70. The A and B cover set for $70 free shipping. The A cover is going for $20. A cover is going for $20. Another one here for $40 plus shipping. Another one for $30 plus shipping. Another one $29.99 for the A cover. Another B cover for $46 plus shipping. That's going to be almost $60. Another one here for $23 for both. That's a pretty good deal. Well, $18 shipping. All right, yeah. So there's a few of them for sale on eBay. I have a feeling they won't last long. So if this was one that you were thinking about buying, I doubt you're going to find it at your local shop, comic book shop. None of the shops by me probably even knew about this book, let alone ordered enough A covers to get one of these incentive covers. So I think it's going to be a $60, $70, maybe $100 book in the short term. Long term, I have no idea. It's just an awesome cover. It's kind of, to me, it's already an iconic cover. I just think it's just awesome. I think it's a great cover. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, I got to get that. So I have potentially 5 copies coming to me on this book. I got one of them today in the mail from Impulse Creations and Comics. They had one available. I was the only one that bought it, and it sold out right after I purchased it. So there weren't too many online stores that had it for sale. Golden Apple didn't have it for sale. I think there was maybe one other store that had it available for sale, and it sold out. So I was lucky to get this in time before it sold out. That was the only copy that they had, Impulse Creations. So I've got supposedly 4 more coming from Midtown, 2 in my pull list and 2 that I pre-ordered. But as Ben stated there, yeah, there was something strange with this. It was available like it would be normally the week before, where you just, you grab it and put it in your pull list. and then all of a sudden it didn't just show sold out; it disappeared. Like it, normally when something shows sold out, it'll show wish listed, and it'll be in red. It'll just tell you that it's basically sold out. But the entire thing disappeared off of Midtown's site. So all you saw was the A cover, and then all of a sudden the next morning it showed back up as a pre-order for $10. A pre-order for $10. No, I'm sorry. It was a pre-order for $7.99. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a pre-order for $7.99. I bought one real quick for me, but it was limited to one per customer, and then I had my wife go in and buy one. But by the time she logged in to buy one, it had moved up to $10. So it went from $7.99 to $10, and then just maybe an hour after that, it showed sold out. So I told a couple people on Instagram, hey, if you want this, I would go on to Midtown right now and try to pre-order one, and maybe one or two people were able to do it, and then it sold out. So it's definitely a low print run book. I don't think there's a lot of them out there. I think this is going to be an expensive book. I'm calling it already. I think it's going to be a $100 book. So $30 seems pretty cheap on eBay right now. I've got 5 copies, so I'm loaded up. I don't need any more, but it's probably a good deal. I think it's going to be a $100 book. That's just my professional opinion. Who knows? But thank you, Ben, for the mention. That was really nice of him. I messaged him on Instagram, and he follows me on Instagram, so he saw my post, which is cool. All right, next one is number 8 is Thunderstrike number 1. Good old 1990s. That definitely looks like a 1990s cover, doesn't it? If you'd picked this up a month ago, I guess there was a 9.8 for $20. Holy crap. And a CBCS 9.9 for only $90. Wow, that was a great deal. I don't know. It says people were having to sell the entire 24-issue run to move this book. Now, like number 3 above, this is a $20 plus raw book. So there was a poster of Chris Helmsworth, and he is donning a costume that ties into the Thunderstrike series. So that's why the book's moving up. There's another one on the list that has something to do with that as well. So we're going to review that. So if you have that in your collection, that was probably in a lot of dollar bins. In fact, I'm sure Manny, the comic collector, will find that in a couple dollar bins over the weekend. I'm sure he will. That's definitely a dollar bin book right there. Number 7 is Amazing Spider-Man number 55, the second print, Patrick Gleason 1 in 50 variant. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful cover. I love it. I've got a couple copies of the regular second print coming. They just announced today there's a third print with basically the webbing is in blue instead of black. And this one's obviously like a sketch cover. Yeah, this is a nice cover. There were a couple sites that were selling it for about, maybe there was a site or two that had it for ratio, but most of them were at a premium. I think most of the websites had it between $60 and $75. Midtown had it available for $75. It sold out pretty quickly. Now it's selling around $80 to $90. I do think that this could dip. If it dips down near ratio, it might be a good time to buy it, especially if you like that cover. I think there's some appeal to it long term. It's a cool cover. I think it's going to be an iconic Amazing Spider-Man cover down the road. Obviously, the first print is also a hot book. I don't have one of those yet. I have the second print. I don't have a first print yet. Number 6 is Star Wars, the High Republic number 2, the Ashley Witter 1 in 25 variant. Again, the Star Wars High Republic ratio variants have been hot. This is not surprising. This is pretty hot. Selling around $60. Midtown was asking $100 for this, which I think is absolutely crazy. Midtown used to be fairly respectable for not jacking up the price of a hot book. They no longer, in my opinion, are respectable. They're totally taking advantage of market conditions, which is their right. I mean, they're a business. They're there to make a profit. But it kind of leaves a bad taste in customers' mouths that you're jacking up the price 4 times ratio, right? So that was available. I don't know if it still is on Midtown's site, but for a while there, no one was buying it for $100, but I would wait a little while. I mean, it's a cool cover, and I understand people are into Star Wars. I don't think the comic book series is, all that fabulous. It's decent. The first issue I read, it was pretty good. It wasn't terrible, like I thought it would be. But again, Star Wars, I've said it so many times on this channel, it's riding the wave of Mandalorian right now. That's why all these books are hot. If you really want this cover, I would wait a few weeks. I think the price will cool down a little bit more. So I think it's going to get down to around $40 is my guess. Number 5 is Black Panther and the Crew, number 1. This came out a few years ago. Ta-Nehisi Coates is the writer, and artist is Butch Guice. I like Butch Guice's art. I think he's pretty good. Yeah, I guess at the end of the Wakanda TV series, there's an indication, I don't know, that there's going to be a Black Panther TV show coming on Disney Plus. It's not a big jump. I mean, I think a lot of people were anticipating they were going to do something with the Black Panther property. Right now, this is going for about $75, so about 3 times ratio. So that might be one to look for in back issue bins. Number 4 is the Turtles Adventures, number 1. Man, I think I remember seeing. I think one of my subscribers is like, "Hey, go on eBay." I think maybe it was Manny. I could have bought a raw copy. I think it was very fine plus. I don't think it was high grade, but I could have bought one for about $20 to $25. Maybe it's 3-4 months ago. I'm going to say at least 3-4 months ago. I like Turtles. I'm not a huge Turtle fan. I don't have a lot of the early stuff. If you're a big Turtle fan, this is a must-own type book, so I can see why there's some heat on it. But man, the heat it's just crazy. This book sold 3 sales, one for $2,200, another one for $2,000, another one's for $1,700, and another one for $2,000. So that's a pretty strong price right there for that book for 9/8. Less than a year ago, this was $1,000. Raws were about $150. So yeah, in high grade. So I don't know. I mean, first appearance of Krang, Bebop, and Rocksteady. I guess that's the first appearance of those characters in this issue. Yeah, it's pretty high. I don't know. I think if you really want that book, I would wait a bit on that. Number 3 is Thor 459. Again, Thunderstrike. 9/8 just sold back in November for $89. That seems pretty cheap now. Raws are going to be selling for about that price, or about 75% of that price, it says. It says the rise is strictly because of a set photo from the new Thor movie that showed Chris Hemsworth in a costume that looked like Thunderstrike. Does anyone else start singing AC/DC when you hear that name? Or is it just me? Oh, Ben, you're so witty. I love that. That's so funny. Anyways, just speculation at this point, so buyer beware. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one that I would be searching through back issue bins. There's a lot of those books from that run of Thor that are probably in 50-cent dollar bins, maybe cover price bins. So I'm sure Manny, like I said, Manny will probably find that over the weekend and post it on Instagram. Number 2 is The Silver Surfer, number 3, by Stan Lee and John Buscema and Joe Sinnott. Fantastic book. I have a nice copy of this in my collection. I bought a couple of years ago. I paid $250 for a raw copy. I'd say my copy is in the 7. I'd say it's in the 7 to maybe 8.0 range. I don't think it's any higher than that. It's got one little crease in the corner, slight spine roll, not much. Not much wrong with it, though. No spine ticks. I mean, I got a really nice, clean copy. My copy looks really good. The colors are vibrant. I think mine's at least a 7 to an 8 range, somewhere in that range. Who knows, though? Who knows what CGC or the grading companies would say it's the condition is. But, I mean, the prices are going crazy. An 8.5 just sold a month ago for $1,100. This week, 3 of them sold all over $2,000. One for $2,000, another one for $2,300, and another one for $2,700. And record highs of 6.0, 7.0s, and 8.0s, and a 9.4. Yeah, I remember seeing that 9.4 on eBay maybe 3 weeks ago. I remember looking at it on eBay, and man, I think it was pretty expensive. I think it was like, I'm gonna guess. I think they were asking like $8,000 for it, something like that. Well, we could probably check real quick. Why not? Sorry, I'm lengthening this video. Silver Surfer number 3. Yeah, there's a 6.0 already asking 1150. Yeah, so mine I think would be a 7.0. So I did pretty well. I paid $250 for it, and if it graded a 7.0, that's a $2,200 book right now. Yeah, it's crazy. They just keep going higher. So let me see the sold listings. Wow, there's a 9.0 that sold just under $4,000. 9.0 is pretty nice. 8.0 for $2,300. There's an 8.0 under $2,000. Yeah, there's an 8.5. That's probably the $2,700 one. There's the 8.5 for 23. Yeah, where's that 9.4? That 9.4 was on here somewhere. There's an 8.5 for 7. That was a good deal, $1,750. This book is always going to have value. That's a major character. Oh, there it is. Man, it was way less than I thought. So somebody got it for less than $5,000. 9.4. Boy, that book's probably doubled now. I don't know. I mean, that's a beautiful copy too. Yeah, that's a really nice copy. Mine's not that nice. That's a really nice copy, 9.4. Jesus, it might be high. I don't know. It might be higher than that. There you go. Off-white to white pages. Yeah, that's a classic cover. One of my favorite comic book covers ever is that cover. I love it. So, yeah, that's one. If you can get a good deal, maybe find a shop that's maybe not aware that this book's super hot right now. It's sitting on a wall in a Mylar, decent grade, maybe a nice mid-grade. You could pick up pretty, a lot cheaper than they're going for on eBay right now. That's what I would do. Try to see if you could get one at a local shop on a good deal. eBay is not going to be your best deal right now. That's a hot book at the moment. Number 1 on the list is Black Panther World of Wakanda number 1. Again, announced a TV series on that Wakanda TV. Of course, there is zero confirmation that the show will be based on this 6-issue miniseries. And even if it is, does that really warrant this price hike? So I guess this is the regular A cover selling around $20, and the 1 in 25 went from a $15 book to about $100 now. I don't think I have that book in my collection. I'll have to look and see. I don't think I do. But there you go. That is your Hot 10 list, guys. A lot of cool books on there. I have a couple of them. I got the number 2, I got the Surfer. I've got the Encoded, and I got the Maniac. So I got 3 out of the 10. Not bad. Some good books on there. I love the Surfer book being on there. I've said for a long time that I thought that book was way undervalued. And, of course, if you follow me on my channel or my Instagram, you know about Encoded. I've been preaching that all week to make sure you try to get this book. Yeah, I mean, one of my subscribers messaged me that he bought it for around cover price, and then there was another copy the guy was trying to get $20 for. I messaged him back. I said, well, you should have bought the one for $20 as well, because I think this book is good enough. It's definitely worth having a couple copies of. I think this is going to be an expensive book eventually. The print run's super low. Yeah, I think this will be a $100 book. That's my opinion on it. But all right, guys. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. That's it. It's Happy Friday. We got the Super Bowl this weekend. Everybody have a great time. Be safe. I'm in Tampa here, so of course we're all rooting for the Bucks. I'd like to see them pull off the win. It's going to be a tough game, no doubt about it. Both teams are very, very good. And I think it's going to come down to whose defense plays a little bit better. So everybody have a safe weekend. I will I might post another video on Sunday if I have some time, maybe in the morning or early afternoon. But if I don't see you guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.